Happy Sunday, everybody. Hope you're having a lovely weekend. We've got here our 8th weekend cryptic crossword puzzle to be solving. We'll start, as always, with our 5 clues we had Monday to Friday, and then the additional 5 clues that come with this puzzle. And we'll start, of course, with Monday. 4 down, we had bungled knee before queen, too eager for 6. So bungled, an anagram indicator. We've got a bungled knee, and so that anagram gave us keen, and that's before, so structurally in the clue, before queen. And a 2-letter abbreviation for queen is ER, or Elizabeth Regina is what it refers to. We can expect, I think, and I'm sure I've seen this in another crossword somewhere else, that you are starting to see CR come through as well for the new. He's been around for obviously a fair bit, but with King Charles as well. So that's something to bear in mind. That royal, as a general term, could be ER. I've seen it be GR as well for King George. And now CR is something to keep an eye out for as well. Now, for Tuesday, we had, let's see if I can remember what it was. I believe it was 6 across. Zinc is ionic, obscuring mark cut into the surface. And so this was my attempt at blending in some science. Now, it's a straightforward hidden cryptic clue. We don't have to know anything about what it means if zinc is ionic. It does just so happen that if zinc is ionic, it doesn't behave like a metal anymore. It typically dissolves into things like water or oxygen and all the rest of it, which is why you can no longer see marks cut into the surface because it's dissolved. But here, zinc is ionic, obscuring, so hiding, a word that means a mark cut into the surface. And if we have a look into this 3-word phrase, incision is the word that we're looking for there. Now, for Wednesday, I think we had bow draw for 3 letters. So bow draw, just something you do in archery, obviously the most important thing you do in archery. And because it's just the 2 words, we can suspect it's a double definition. We're taking these 2 words, bow and draw, and trying to find a connector word that means both of these things. And so bow, in this case, like a tie, and draw, as in a game, if you tie. So that was our connector word there. For Thursday, we had 2 down, starting price. We've gone off cake perhaps for 6, and perhaps is our clue that this is a definition by example, that it's going to be a type of cake that we're looking for here. And starting price in betting is typically abbreviated to SP, especially horse race betting. And that's going to be with, so structurally next, it's going to be with gone off. And so the off here is an anagram indicator, and gone is what is off in some way. And if we anagram that, you get sponge, a sponge cake. And then last, what did we have? 1 across. Used to censor, inquire about problematic rights. And here we worked our way backwards. We said problematic is an anagram indicator, and problematic rights is us trying to rearrange here these 5 letters. And look, what's good is that we've already got 2 letters, and we've already got one of the S's here. And so let's put in the rest here. So rights is going to be in the middle, and we know it's in the middle because then a 3-letter word for inquire is going to be about this anagram of rights. Now, of course, I've already know the order in which the letters are going in. It would be, that's part of the fun of this, is trying to work out what 3-letter word am I looking for, what's an anagram of rights that would make sense, that could mean a word that is used to censor, or in this case, actually used to censor, the question mark being a mislead. You should never trust punctuation. The 3-letter word was ask for inquire, and an asterisk is used to censor letters or even a whole word if it's particularly rude or inappropriate. So let's now turn to the additional 5 clues that we had as part of this puzzle, and why not 7 across here for our last 8-letter word. Lover let loose after minister. Shoot shot in rotating chamber. So some interesting imagery going on with this clue. To pass it, we have lover let loose. And so let loose is our anagram indicator. We're letting loose these, what would it be, 5 letters of lover, and so they could be doing all sorts of things. But interestingly, an anagram of that is coming structurally after, in this clue, a 3-letter word for minister. And the E is helpful here. A 3-letter word for minister, or an abbreviation, is just sometimes Rev, like a minister in a church, and a reverend, abbreviated to Rev. And then that helps us then with the R. We know the R for lover is at the end here. And the definition then is quite long. Shoot shot in rotating chamber. And with this Rev piece at the start, we can probably see that revolver is the answer here, a weapon which shoots its shot in a rotating chamber, hence its name, a revolver. So that helps us there to finish that. We then have for 9 across, for 4 letters, Bard recites epic wisdom primarily to make beer. Primarily being our acrostic wordplay indicator here. And so what's interesting is that we've got 4 letters to collect. Bard recites epic wisdom primarily is how we should pass this clue, because obviously if we've got to make beer, it's not enough letters to collect there, which gives us B-R-E-W, to brew, which is to make beer. So there is the answer there. Now for 3 down, we have largely equine pox without origin is a semi-annual occurrence. For 7, so quite a scary clue if we don't know where this pox is coming from. Now, largely equine, so that's going to tell us that this word equine is largely finished. There is missing, though, its last letter. And so it's largely, mostly the word. So it's a deletion indicator. We are getting rid of the E at the end. So we do have equine like that with the N. And then how do we get these last 2 letters? Pox without origin, and pox without its origin is the letter P. So there's the O and the X for equinox, which is a semi-annual occurrence. We've got then 5 down. Senior accepting vile disfigured 25th anniversary gift. Poor guy. Now, senior, typically abbreviated to SR, of course, like if what would it be in the suffix of somebody's name. And so you can see here we've got S and the R at the end because the senior is accepting vile disfigured, or an anagram of vile. And we've got the V and the I, and if we complete that, you get silver, which is traditionally the gift you give somebody on your 25th wedding anniversary. And so we come to the last of the clues here, 7 down. Sailor once knocked back snitch for 3. Now, sailor, typically in a cryptic crossword clue, if you see it, is abbreviated to AB, or able-bodied. In this case, though, we've got sailor once. And so we're trying to think of how sailors were referred to, perhaps, once upon a time. That could fit this 3-letter clue, because this 3-letter word is then going to be knocked back. Then there is a reversal indicator, and that should give us a word that means to snitch in some way. And you can probably guess the answer here being to rat is to snitch. But how does it fit with this clue? Well, about 300 odd years ago, I think during the 17th century, sailors in the Royal Navy, a sailor in the Royal Navy was called a tar. The reasons for it, I think, are still debated, and there could be a few different reasons why that's the case. But a tar knocked back gives you rat. And we've solved the puzzle. Thank you, as always, for playing along with the Morning Cryptic Weekend Puzzles. If this is actually your first time, though, joining us, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content. Monday to Friday, we have our daily cryptic clue to be solving, which culminates in our weekend puzzle that we've just done. So I hope to see you next time.